And then we'll give it 1 minute. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and get started. This is the 2026 Hispanic Educators Association and Hispanic Leadership Alliance annual meeting. As some of you might know, might not know, we are sister organizations. The Hispanic Educators Association is the formal organization that is connected through Fairfax County, and the Hispanic Leadership Alliance is our nonprofit organization that mainly focuses on the scholarships. As you know, every year we do give scholarship to around 30 students in FCPS, and so HLA, Hispanic Leadership Alliance, is the organization that focuses mainly on that. But before I continue, if we could get everybody who's present in the room to type your name and where you work, whatever you want to share, put it in the chat real quick so we know who's in the room. We see who's in the room. Let's see. And when you're ready, just hit enter. We have James from Sandburg, social studies teacher there. Sandy Anderson, school board member from Springfield District. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Monica, Dr. Berev from Herndon Elementary. Stephanie, Bryant, Andrea, Taiwan. Oh, everybody's going here. And it's hard for me to keep up, but look at all the love in there. We have somebody from Poe. We have a Raven in the house. Two Ravens. Look at that. We have two Ravens. Well, and Micheline from the ML office. Teddy, former director of ESOL. So as you can see, those that are able to make it, and we might have some people come in as we continue. We are all over the place. We are very diverse. We are lucky to have members of our organization that come from the many, 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 I would say buckets, in not only in Fairfax County Schools, but also Fairfax County in general. And so we are just very excited. As you saw, we were thinking, what should we name tonight's annual meeting? And together we are power. That's the name that kept coming to us. Juntos somos poderosos, because in our Latino culture, together we just naturally, right, connect and have that synergy, that's fun. Our food, our customs bring us together, and we know, especially nowadays in our community, there is a lot happening. And so if there's a time that we need to stick together and put that synergy to work, to protect each other, to protect our students, to protect our families, and to protect each other, it's now. It's now. So truly together we are power. We know there's a lot happening. I will tell you that today, we are having employee wellness do a presentation around resources that are available for us that work in Fairfax County Public Schools, because we know there's a lot happening. We know our teachers, school administrators, central office, non-school based administrators, we're going through a lot. And so we want to make sure that we have a safe space where we come together and know that even though we're online, we are family. And so we are very excited to have you here. And so, as you know, our purpose of our organization, we mainly focus on three buckets. We focus on students, educators, and families. And it's really to promote that meaningful two-way engagement between homes and schools, to maintain open lines of communication with, us and the FCPS leadership, whether that be, Dr. Reed or our school board, school-based administrators. We do want to encourage, and we always advocate for our students to be in advanced academic programs, leadership activities, and make sure that we are having access to resources that will make sure that we graduate. Of course, one of our big buckets that has been very active in the last couple of years is to advocate. We advocate for the hiring, retention, and advancement of diverse workforce in FCPS. And so, as you can see, we hit many, many buckets. And this is why we are very grateful to not only have Hispanic Educators Association, but also Hispanic Leadership Alliance. Um, and every year, we do visit our priorities. Typically, we pick up around three. And our priorities are very simple. We advocate for educational equity for our Hispanic Latino students. We want to make sure that the curriculum is accessible, relevant, differentiated, and rigorous. Many of us call that culturally responsive. We also want to ensure that students have access and support for advanced academic courses. We know that FCPS, we are very fortunate and lucky to have so many amazing programs, whether it be, international baccalaureate, advanced programs, academies. We have leadership academies. We're about to open a high school that's going to have aviation in there. So we want to make sure that our students are accessing those amazing programs. And of course, we want to make sure that there's a pathway to graduation, not only go to college, but also career readiness. Again, our students have choices, so we want to make sure that they are being provided with the resources that they need to make sure that they have that pathway, because we all know Fairfax is big. 200 schools across the county. And so often we have a lot of information, so we just need to make sure that they have access to it. Of course, priority number two, I mentioned at the opening, and I'm not going to go through all of this, like I did with the first one, but with the hiring, retention, and advancement, we do want to make sure that there are pathways to advancement for all of us. Whether it be, somebody in the classroom, whether it be somebody that works in facilities, custodians, foods and nutrition, central office. We want to make sure that we are being provided, with pathways that are going to advance our careers here in Fairfax County. One example that we've worked with FCPS leadership is a program that they call Adelante. And in that program, it's really, anybody in Fairfax who has a bachelor's degree, it might be in our home countries, and they want to advance their career to receive a teaching license in Fairfax, then there is a program now that FCPS HR established, but that really began through a focus group, a roundtable that we did with HR and some of our leadership. So as you can see, that's an example of some of the advocacy that we are doing for this priority. And then, of course, our families. We want to make sure that our families are, are being part of the table. They're part of the conversation. We know that two-way family engagement is very different than communication. Communication is one way. True engagement is two-way. And so we want to make sure that, not only our families are being part of those conversations, but FCPS is employing tools and practices where our families are part of that team. Because, if we work together, we form that team for all of our students, amazing things can happen. And so we want to make sure, that practices, for example, let me give you another example of something that we worked on in the past. We now, every school board meeting now is televised in Spanish as well. And that is something that we pushed for, we advocated in the past, including make sure that we have interpreters for those that would like to go in and speak on the school board in their home language. And so those are our three priorities. Again, there's more on the screen, but if I went into all of them, we'll be here for 2 hours. So I want to make sure that we move on to our next items. Of course, I do want to make sure our HEA and HLA officers are recognized. This is our current board. Tonight, we are going to be voting for our next board. But I do want to take the time to thank, Micheline, Daviana, Diego, and Teddy for an amazing last couple of years. We've done a lot of work. We work very hard. And so I truly appreciate your leadership that you've helped for these organizations. See, I always say confuse HEA and HLA, but remember we're two separate. So I'm going to make sure I'm plural. And of course, we do have committees. You'll see on the screen all of our committee members. A big committee that we have is our scholarship committee. They're the ones that every year go through, applications after application, um, and award the scholarships to our students. And that's a big task. Each application is a couple of pages long. But I appreciate, Jane, Delia, Teddy, and Eric, Manuel, for all the work that you do. All right. We do have school partnerships. Hispanic Leadership Alliance does work with Lake Braddock, Lewis, Marshall, Mount Vernon, Robinson, South County, and West Springfield High Schools. And so, what it is, what this is every year, each of the schools that you see here on the screen is guaranteed at least one scholarship for a student in their school. And so we are very appreciative of them. They work very hard to ensure that the Latino voices in their schools are heard and celebrated. And so they're amazing. They're amazing organizations, and we're hoping that in the future, every high school is going to be part of with us. We're going to be partners. All right. So that's my quick welcome. Now we are going to go into a couple of things. We're going to do a community builder and reflection. I'll stop recording for that portion. Stephanie's going to lead that. Then we have James, who is going to introduce Dr. Page from Employee Wellness. Daviana is going to, if there are any questions from you all, Daviana will facilitate that. Something very exciting that is going to happen tonight is that we are going to be voting in new officers. And Teddy is going to lead that. Then Stephanie is going to talk about memberships and donations, and Micheline is going to end the night with some reminders and some recognitions. So if you are good to go, put something in that chat. Said let's do it. Vámonos. Put something in there that I know we're ready to move on. Let me see what you're gonna write in there. Let me see. Make sure everybody excited to be here. Vamos. There you go. There you go. Let's get it. All right, Stephanie. You're ready to go. We're ready to go. Oh, okay. We have some images in there. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to pause our recording, and Stephanie is going to come into the screen and she is going to lead our community builder. Go ahead, Stephanie.
How do we go to the next slide?
We're there.
Uh, it's not showing for me, but um, welcome everyone. Super grateful to have everyone joining us today. We would be remiss if we didn't take the time to acknowledge, the current climate that is going on and wanting to offer space as a community to be able.
It's really to address some of that. We've heard from teachers that they're taking a big toll. Students go to them, hey, this is happening in my community, in my home, I'm scared. And so we do know that, Maslow hierarchy of needs, right? If we feel safe, if we have that sense of belonging, we know we're going to learn better and we're going to do better, especially in our jobs where we are working with multiple students, multidimensional. And so, in response to that, we wanted to have a very special guest, a very special office that James is going to go ahead and introduce. Go for it, James.
Yes. Good evening, everybody. So my name is James Cruz. I'm a teacher at Sandberg Middle School. And so we would like to welcome our invited guest for this year's annual meeting. Please welcome Dr. Grace Page, Senior Manager from the Wellness Office. The Employee Wellness Program provides all FCPS staff with wellness initiatives, support, and resources to enhance their overall health and well-being. The program is administered through the Office of Benefit Services in the Office of Financial Services. Now, Martha and I will engage with Dr. Grace Page, so dig deeper into the services they provide for us, and we can move on to the next part. Thank you.
So I think Dr. Grace is actually going to do a
Yes,
presentation,
yes,
correct?
yeah. Yeah, so that last part, yes, you can do the
All
presentation.
right. Take it, Dr. Page. I keep saying Dr. Grace. I apologize. Dr. Grace Page. All right, go
Dr.
for it.
Dr. Grace works just fine. I am whatever works for you. I am not picky.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Good afternoon. Thank y'all so much for having me. I am so excited to be here and to kind of just go over some of the services that's available to you all as FCPS staff members. And it's major because so I've only been with FCPS now for a little over a year. And my colleague, Miss Estella Martinez, is the one who signed me up for this. So thank you, Estella. Who signed me up to speak over this. However, Stella has been here longer than me. She's been here for 5, 6 years. And so it's interesting because as I go out and do these presentations at different school site centers throughout FCPS, I always ask, like, how many of you guys know about some function or formality that comes with employee wellness? And it never fails. I get at least 2 to 3 people that's like, I didn't know we had employee wellness. I'm like, oh my gosh. Especially considering it's been around for like over 20 years. You guys have had an employee wellness program for literally almost 20 years. So I always welcome the opportunity to be able to come and speak to my fellow FCPS family to just let you know what's available to you all. Because anything that I bring to you is free. And so I think that's the most important thing. It's free to you all, but it's not necessarily free to FCPS. And so, obviously anything that we're paying for, that we are providing to you all as a resource, we want to make sure that you know about, that you access, that you utilize it, right? So we're going to go through a little bit of some of those things today. So again, I am Dr. Grace. I am the Wellness Program Manager for FCPS. And I have a team of 3 wonderful ladies that work alongside me that are simply amazing at what they do. We are a small but mighty team. And I joke with them a lot because they are literally all small. I'm the tallest one at 5'7". So literally small, but very mighty. You would be surprised what the 4 of us can get done. And so I have Miss Estella Martinez, who is my wellness program specialist number 2, who is actually an RN by trade. And again, like I said, she's been with FCPS now for over 5 years. I have Miss Tony Epps, who is my wellness specialist 1, who I will not say how many years she's been with FCPS because she herself won't ever say. So I won't say that, but I'm going to say it's over decades. Okay, great. She was originally from the school side and then came over to the wellness team side 2 years ago. So she's been a part of the wellness team side now for 3 years, I believe. And then Miss Cindy Ruiz, who is our wellness bot, who originally was on the benefits side. So again, we do come from the Office of Benefit Services, and she was working actually more dealing with the benefits. And then we stole her last year to join us on the wellness team. And so again, we are small but mighty, but my team is absolutely amazing because it's the 4 of us servicing the 40,000 of you all. And so it's no easy feat, but we try to have fun with it, right? And so I try to make it so that work doesn't have to feel like work. So in terms of the wellness program, we focus on 3 main things. 1, we try to make sure that we are bringing you all resources, programs, initiatives that's going to be vital to your overall well-being, right? Making sure that you have access to the things that you need to basically make you, as I always say, a happy human. And I really do start at a basic level of happy human. Yes, I work for FCPS. Yes, they are the ones that are paying me. Right? Yes, my job is to make sure that you know about what's available, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. I care more about happy humans. We just need more happy humans in this world. So if I can assist in any way in making you a happier human, then my hope then is that that will then expand out to you being a happier employee, a happier spouse, a happier child, a happier aunt, uncle, cousin, whatever that title is that you hold. My hope is that just starting from a basis of a happier human will then kind of trickle down into all those other areas. And so we try to make sure that we have those resources available to you. We also try to make sure that we increase your overall awareness around your well-being. There are technically 8 dimensions of well-being within the employee wellness program. We focus on 5, which I'll go over those 5 in the next slide, but we focus on 5 main dimensions of well-being here within FCPS, which means any of the programs, resources, initiatives that you see us put out are going to touch somehow, some way, one of those dimensions of well-being. So we try to make sure that you are aware, 1, of what is wellness? Like, what is well-being? And what does that look like for you in particular? Because well-being is not cookie cutter. It's not one size fit all. That's not how that works. What may be well-being for you may not have nothing to do with me, right? And so it just depends on, again, what makes you a happy human at the end of the day. And then lastly, we try to do all of that while having fun because when we talk about wellness and well-being, the idea is that it's not supposed to be another chore. It's not supposed to be another task item, another to-do list, another like, oh, I got to do this. Oh, I forgot to, oh, I need to take a bubble bath. If you are irritated about taking care of yourself, that's a problem, is what I'm saying. So the idea is to make it fun and to make it to, give yourself the thing to be like, oh man, I can't wait to be able to do this, whatever that is. So we try to help you in that department. So again, the dimensions of wellness that we focus on here within FCPS is going to be your physical, your mental and emotional, your social, financial, and then your purposeful. Which again basically just says any other resources, programs, initiatives that we put out are going to touch one or more of those dimensions of well-being. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly go through each of the different dimensions of well-being that we focus on and the resources that we provide to you all. Okay, just so that you know what is available to you. So the first one we have is for your mental and emotional wellness. So in light of our assignment today in our breakout rooms, it's kind of a very good segue into what are the resources that's available around you, mentally being well and emotionally being well. So we do have a partnership with a company called ComPsych. You guys have had this partnership with ComPsych now for at least over a decade. And they are our employee assistance program provider. Basically, they provide us with free therapy sessions for all of our staff members, as well as some other initiatives and some resources. So I'm going to go through what that basically looks like. So to get started, one of the biggest things that we focus on with our partnership with ComPsych is as an FCPS staff member, you do have access to 6 free therapy sessions per topic per year. All right. Now, this is huge because whenever I say 6 free therapy sessions, people normally just stop there. They don't hear the rest when I say per topic per year. And what that means is you really have unlimited sessions, y'all. All right. So I always let people know I come from the Office of Benefit Services. We are right next door to HR. And typically those two departments is not known for transparency, right? We are the ones that people are typically like, yep, nope, don't trust them. You can trust us. I'm your advocate. I'm just saying, okay? And I operate on a basis of transparency, which means I truly believe that anything I know, you should know. I'm not going to hold back. So this presentation is going to be very transparent. You're going to see why in a minute. So with our partnership that we have with ComPsych, like I said, you get the 6 free therapy sessions per topic per year. Now, what normally people will look at is they'll say, oh, okay, I'll call in or I'll, speak with a therapist or I'll go see a therapist, however way that may look. And I'm going to go talk about whatever issue I want to talk about. And then that's it. I'm done. I got my 6 free therapy sessions for the year and I got to wait until next year until, new sessions come up. No, because it's per topic per year. I need y'all to help me milk our contract. I'm going to explain why. Because with the contract that we have with ComPsych, we pay a pretty penny for this contract. I'm going to just let y'all know. Over $300,000 a year is what we pay for this contract, okay? And this contract is available to all FCPS staff. I don't care if you are full-time, part-time, contractual, temporary, a substitute. It's everybody. You own the benefits, not on the benefits. We don't really care. If you have an FCPS association, you get access to this. So we want to make sure that everybody is using it. And quite frankly, if you're going to the doctor the way you are to make sure you're doing your checkups, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at least seeing a therapist at least twice a year to do the same checkup from the neck up. See how this works? So we're here to make sure that you're getting the same services from the neck up. Now, I say all that to say we have 40,000 people that work for FCPS. Over this past decade or so, we haven't even touched 2,000 people that have utilized the service. Not even 2,000, y'all. That's a problem, okay? That's a problem for so many reasons because we are paying for 40,000. That 300,000 is paying for 40,000, right? And so, yeah, there's no reason why we aren't making sure that everyone has access to the service. So the 6 free therapy sessions per topic per year, what that looks like is you may call in and you may say, hey, I want to speak to a therapist about grief or loss, right? And you have 6 sessions around grief and loss, and you get tools for your toolbox to help you get through that grief and that loss. However, during those 6 sessions, let's just say you uncover some things, and maybe you uncover like, man, I really don't deal well with grief and loss because I deal with childhood trauma. Well, childhood trauma is a whole nother topic, right? And so now you're like, well, I need another 6 sessions to dive deeper into my childhood trauma, right? But then through that childhood trauma, you're not learning like, man, I really deal with a lot of childhood trauma. And because of that, that may be why I deal with so much anxiety as an adult. Guess what that is, y'all? A whole nother topic. See how this works? So it's really not 6 sessions for the year. It is per topic per year is how that works. And so I want to make sure that people are aware of the way the system works, because people a lot of times will get that 6 and then be done. And that's what we don't want. We want to make sure that you're really utilizing it to the fullest potential, right? The next piece is this is available to you as well as anyone in your household. I say all that to say, I don't know about y'all, but I have kids, I have parents. I'm the Sarah's generation, which means I got older parents, I got younger kids, and I sit in the middle. And for whatever reason, everybody feels really comfortable in my family to be like, hey, Grace, can we talk to you about? You cannot. I am not a therapist. I know I got a doctor in front of my name. It ain't got nothing to do with therapy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I am not your therapist. I don't want to. I deal with a lot myself. I don't really want to be that person. I can get you somebody to talk to. That's what I can do, right? So 6 free therapy sessions for you or anyone in your household. That means if you have a child that is from the age of 13 and up, they too can access this service, right? If you have, like I said, anyone in your household, I don't care if you got a cousin, uncle from around the corner, around the way that live in your household, guess what they got? Access to this therapy. See how this works? The only thing they need to access this is our access code, which is FCPS. So they can go in, create their own account with our access code of FCPS, and they will, it has nothing to do with you. So the great thing about it is that, for example, if you have a child, a teenager, that's like, hey, you need to talk to somebody because your generation is not my generation. I can't really relate. You need to talk to somebody about the things that you're dealing with. The great thing about it is that that privacy is real, right? They can go in, create their own account. You don't have access to that. You don't get to know what they talked about. No, that private patient confidentiality, it's real, right? And so that your child can feel safe knowing like, okay, well, no, my parent isn't spying on me. Nope, they don't know what I'm, this is for me and for me only. And so that's the great thing about it. So again, this is something that we want to make sure that not just for you, that for your whole household, y'all feel safe and secure from the neck up, okay? So that's kind of the big piece around what we offer. Now, outside of that, we do also have other services. Again, transparency is key. So I'm gonna be real with y'all for 2 seconds real quick, okay? Now, work, lifestyle. They do offer work and life balance things. And what that looks like is they'll say, okay, we'll offer you help with finding childcare or elder care or pet care or moving and relocation services. Y'all, I'm gonna be really real. It's PDFs. Don't get too excited, okay? So if you reach out and you say, hey, I need help with childcare, they're gonna send you a PDF. There's some childcare that's available in your area. It's something you can Google. I'm gonna just be real. You better out doing the research yourself. So that's not really the service that is great for, in all transparency and honesty. However, the pieces that it is good for, as you see on the slide, we do offer legal guidance and financial resources. What that looks like is legal guidance. You are able to get a free 30-minute session with a lawyer per year through our contract with them, and you can set it up for yourself, and it's with an actual lawyer. So if you need to talk to somebody around wills or estate planning, around family law, or divorce, or whatever that may look like, you can get online on the phone with an actual lawyer free of charge, okay, and talk through for 30 minutes all the things that you have questions about. Now, transparency is key. So I'm going to say that at the end of the call, it will turn into a sales pitch. I'm just letting you know. They're going to say, hey, you got your 30 minutes for free. If you want to continue, we can continue. And it will be at a discounted rate. So if you are interested in continuing, they will offer you, I believe, 20 to 25% off their services, right? But it will turn into a sales call. They're going to be like, hey, your 30 minutes is up. So just, hey. I tell people, if you plan on doing that, come to the table with your list of questions. So you already know you're knocking them off. Just, hey, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, answer that, and we're good to go. See how that works? Make it work for you is what I'm saying, okay? But it is a really good service. I will say that because it is with an actual lawyer, and y'all lawyers are not cheap. Okay, great. And then to kind of follow along with that, because I talked about like with the wheels, the other great thing about our contract with ComPsych is they do offer free online wheel preparation. And that has been something that for anyone that has tried it. It's been tested and tried and true that it is actually an amazing service. So we all need a wheel, y'all. At the end of the day, we never know when our time is coming, and you want to make sure that your family is not fighting over your body about who gets the lantern or the lamp around back or the chair or whatever else that is an heirloom, okay? Let's not have them fighting over that. So if we create that wheel beforehand, we don't have to worry about any of this in our afterlife as we're looking down from heaven saying, why are y'all fighting over the chair? It's okay. So create the wheel. They will help you do it completely free of charge through the estate guidance program that they have. Now, I will say this, once the will is actually created, it is not an actual legal document until you get it notarized. So you do still have to get it notarized. But once it is notarized, it is a legal will and testament. It is a real document. It is free of charge. They make it super easy for you. So definitely you want to make sure that you test and try that out. Okay. And then the last thing that's really cool that we get through our ComPsych partnership is that we do have access to a app called COA. COA is basically more like a self-care platform. It's more of a preventative style at looking at mental and behavioral health. They help you kind of with your anxiety or depression with like daily tools that you can do, tips and tricks that you can do. And like I said, it's an app. So if you go into your Google Play or your Apple Store, look for COA Foundation. You can download it completely free of charge through our partnership with ComPsych. And this actually kind of showcases for what it looks like. So daily, they can give you different suggestions for things that you can do, different breathing techniques, meditations and whatnot, and it will take you through it based off how you feel. So when you check in with it every day, if you're like, no, I feel great, it'll offer you suggestions to make you feel even better, right? If you're like, no, I'm a little tired or not feeling it today, it'll offer you suggestions to kind of help you get through that. So that is another free resource that we have through our partnership with ComPsych. Now, the next thing that I want to make sure you all know about is that we do also have on-site crisis support, staff crisis support through our contract with ComPsych. Now, Mrs. Stella Martinez is actually the one who manages over that piece for me. She is my all thing expert when it comes to staff crisis support. So if ever you do reach out for on-site staff crisis support, unless she is out of the country, then you're going to get her. Okay. Then if she's out of the country, you get me, but otherwise you get her. And so what it looks like is we offer on-site support anytime there is any sort of a staff crisis. And I want to kind of break down what a staff crisis looks like, because a lot of times when we use that vernacular, people are like, oh, okay, it's not a crisis, so I won't reach out. Y'all, anything is a crisis. Let me just say that. If it is enough to disturb the day or disturb the group or disturb the population, it's a crisis. And we need to bring somebody out to kind of just help bring it all back together. Okay. So what that may look like is we typically will get called out for, let's say, if there's a death of a staff or a student member, and we will bring on-site therapy support so that you will have an actual on-site therapist. And when I say the on-site therapy is amazing, because you can literally request 24 hours in advance. You can say, hey, we just found out, and Estella literally gets, bless her heart, I love her to death. She will get calls on a Sunday at 8 o'clock at night. And she's like, hey, Grace, just FYI, I got to be at such and such school at 6 a.m. in the morning for the staff crisis support. I love her to death because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that job. And she does it. And so that's why I love her so much. So yeah, so it's one of those things where if you need a therapist on site at your site or your center or your school, we can get on-site support literally in less than 24 hours and 8 hours and 5 hours. Like we work really well with our partnership with ComPsych. So again, if it is anything traumatic, if it is anything, let's just say stress. I've brought out therapists before around certain times of the year that we know are a little more hectic for groups of individuals, for certain departments or just divisions that are like, hey, we're just stressed and overwhelmed and overworked and burnt out, and we just need somebody to kind of talk through, then we will bring on-site therapy for that group and say, okay, we have a therapist on site. You want to do a group session? We can do a group session. You want individual? You can do individual counseling, but it allows for people to have in-person access to a therapist literally like that. Okay. So we do offer that as well, which is a really good service. And so, like I said, if ever you find for yourself, for your school, for your site, for your team, right? Even if it's just 6 of y'all and you're like, I just need something for the 6 of us, let us know and we can get somebody on site for you. Okay. Lastly, just so you are aware that if you are benefited with FCPS through either Care First or Kaiser, of course, you do have mental and emotional wellness resources through your benefits. So on the Care First side, through the Care First Wellbeing platform. We have Care First Inspirations, which is kind of like an on-demand tool that is available through the Care First Wellbeing app. You also have access to Unwinding, which is another app within the Care First Wellbeing platform, and then CloseKnit that allows you 24/7, 365 therapy, but it's through your medical side, through your medical benefits. And then under the Kaiser side, same thing, you have access to Calm and Headspace completely free of charge through the Kaiser. So if you want to download the Calm app or Headspace app, you can get the full suite of either one of those apps completely free of charge. And then they utilize growth therapy for any actual therapy, whether that's virtual or in-person therapy. And again, that's through the medical benefit side of it, okay? All right, so that is our mental and emotional under that. Now, in terms of some of the physical wellness resources that we offer, we do support lactation support. This is another one that is under Estella. Dang, Estella, I feel like you do everything. This is another one. I love you, Estella. This is another one that is under Estella. So anytime we have a lactating mom that is coming back from maternity leave and she needs help with setting up for her lactation schedule, maybe there is some sort of break between the employee and her leadership, and they are having some issues with getting the schedule together or being reasonable, because we legally have to be reasonable, then Estella steps in and she pretty much helps to make sure that both the staff and the leadership understand legally what we have to do, basically. And so we're there to kind of make sure that that is good to go. We also manage for the lactation room that we have within Gatehouse, where we're housed at. And so, yeah, we're pretty much just there as a resource to our lactating moms so that they are aware of what is available to them, okay? All right, so then around social wellness, we do a couple of different things. So one, we do wellness challenges and dance parties. So if any of you guys have, I just brought dance parties to FCPS as of last year. We just did our third one in January 30th. I typically only try to do them on teacher work days because I don't want teachers coming for me. If I do anything outside of a teacher work day, y'all come for me. And so I typically only do teacher work days because I don't do, boy, y'all are harsh out here in these streets. But we have done our third dance party, January 30th. It is amazing. I love our dance parties. One, because we are just such a diverse family. And it's so amazing because through the dance party, I get an actual live DJ to come into Zoom, and the music is all by request. So the music will fluctuate from all over the world, and I love it. It is so amazing because I really do feel like music is universal, and so it just brings people together. So we do those periodically, the virtual dance parties. We also offer virtual wellness challenges. We are gearing up for our spring wellness challenge that will actually start next Monday, which is our Road to Wellness Challenge. If you have not gotten our FCPS Wellness newsletter, that came out this morning, and it actually talked about that challenge. You do have the opportunity to win a bike if you're one of the top earners for that. And I will say we are giving out quite a few bikes. It's not like a lottery where we're like, hey, 40,000 of y'all, you got a chance of winning one bike. This isn't the lottery. I got a lot of bikes is what I'm saying. So you really do have a chance of like getting a bike. But yeah, so we do wellness challenges. If you've ever participated in Walktober, that's us. And so, yeah, we try to do things that is engaging around not just your physical well-being, but the challenges is meant to be around your mental, your financial, your purposeful. So you will see even for the challenge that we're starting up for next week, the Road to Wellness Challenge, it encompasses for all 5 dimensions. It's not just a steps challenge. It is literally like, hey, what are ways that we can get you to think outside the box to just, again, improve your overall well-being. And then we also do offer on-site wellness resources. So one of the big things that we started last year were Zendens. Zendens are amazing for our FCPS staff whenever you just want to promote for your community to just have a moment to just breathe. So Zendens are something that actually Miss Tony and Miss Cindy that they handle on the team for us. So whenever we get a Zenden request, what that looks like is we will come on site to your school, your center, wherever you are. And basically all we need is a room. You give us a room. It could be a classroom, your staff lunch room, your whatever, but we just need a room, a private room, and we will then transform that room into a tranquil Zenden. And so what that looks like is we bring in chair massages. not like the hand chair massages. Don't get too excited. It's like the chair, the massages over the chair, those type, right? But we'll bring in for the chair massages. We'll set up for some aromatherapy. We'll have a coloring station. And then we also bring out for our Wellness Connection table, which is basically our swag table, right? That's the table that you can come to get free swag, and we'll give out resources around the wellness program and all the other initiatives that we provide. And the Zendens have been a huge hit because it allows for our staff to come into a space, and even if they just have 3 minutes to sit down in that chair and get a massage and smell some lavender and eucalyptus, it makes all the difference in the world to just separate for a minute and allow your brain to just declutter before they head back to the chaos of the world, to the mess of the world. So we bring those services on site. And again, only thing you got to provide for us is a room and some chairs. We need chairs for all of that, and tables. Okay, great. And then we bring everything else. So it is a really an amazing experience to try to offer that to our staff. And then of course, wellness presentations. Hey y'all, this is a wellness presentation. This is what we do. Okay, great. Where typically my team now gets me to do all the wellness presentations. See how this works? But that's okay. I love doing it. But again, yes, we will come on site. If it's not me, then it'll be another person from my team, but we'll come on site at any school, at any meeting, at any location for, I don't care if it's 3 of y'all or if it's 50 of y'all, it doesn't really make me no difference. We will come on site to make sure that you're aware of the resources that's available to you. And then as well around physical wellness, of course, we do have our partnership with Care First and Kaiser. So if you are benefited through FCPS, either through the Care First or Kaiser benefit plans, you do have the opportunity to earn a $100 wellness incentive. So as of this year, just FYI, we did transition all of our benefited employees to one platform. So whether you are Care First or Kaiser, it is now, our wellness incentive is now completely being managed under the Care First Wellbeing platform. It is a free platform that you can, again, download the app. So if you go into your Google Play or your Apple Store and look for Care First Wellbeing, it is a free app, and then you can create your account from there. Now, transparency is key. So I'm gonna let y'all know we've been having some issues with Care First ever since 1/1, y'all. We working through some things. Give us a minute, okay? It ain't us. It ain't us. What that means is for my Kaiser members, y'all was supposed to have access to the platform as of February 1st. And unfortunately, y'all still don't have access to the platform. I'm working through it. I promise you I am. And when the access to the platform is open, we will be sending out a mass email, letting all of our Kaiser members know that it is official. But in the meantime, if you are a Kaiser member and you have already gotten a biometric screening or went to go visit your physician for your annual physical as of 1/1 of this year, you will still be able to use that information to input it into the platform. You will, once you input that information, your biometric screening information, and then you do a real age test, you just complete those 2 things and you'll earn $100. And then you can spend the $100 within the platform, basically. Okay. So you can spend it on gift cards, on different items that they have within there, but it's completely yours, basically. So that is another incentive that we offer. And then lastly, in terms of like also other on-site services, so we are in charge of the flu shot program. If you ever gotten a flu shot through us, that was us. We also offer on-site biometric screening. So if ever you're interested in setting up for a biometric screening, we partner with Kaiser Permanente to bring a mobile van out, and they will do a finger stick of your blood pressure, cholesterol, your glucose, all the information completely free of charge. We also have a partnership with a company called Jet Dental. So if ever you're interested in offering an on-site dental clinic, it's a full on-suite dental clinic where you can get exams, x-rays, cleanings, all that stuff. We can partner with Jet Dental to bring that on site. We just need a space basically to set it up, and they bring everything else. And again, free of charge. And they are in network with our Aetna DMO. So that was the other reason why we do partner with them, because if any of you guys are on the Aetna DMO, you know it's a skinny network. You're going to get some good services, but good luck trying to find a dentist. So we partner with them because they're in network and you can get a dentist. Okay, great. And then we also do offer EAP seminars and webinars. So if ever you are interested in getting an actual therapist to come and talk about resiliency or stress or, anxiety or whatever that may look like, work burnout, we have hours with ComPsych, and they will bring out a licensed therapists to come and speak on any of those topics. And so it can be in the form of a seminar where it is in person, or in the form of a webinar where it is virtual. So we can offer that completely free of charge as well. Okay. So that is pretty much a good overview of all the services that we offer. And I will say overview because there's rabbit holes that I could go down, but we're not going to do that. But I will say this in terms of any of the new things that are coming, any of the new exciting, like as we think of things, my team knows the way my brain work. I may like come in on a Tuesday morning and be like, yo, we should do this. With no heads up. And I'm like, we're going to make it work, figure it out. So those things that I decide to come up with at the last minute, if you want to know about those things, you need to follow us on Atlas. Atlas is where we post for all of the up to date. I try to be very intentional about the amount of emails we send out because I know y'all don't read them. So what's the point? So I try to be intentional about emails. And so that's why I just say, y'all, it's easy to just follow us on Atlas. If you want the information, you can go get it yourself on Atlas. You ain't got to wait for us to send out the email. So please follow us on Atlas because you will find all of the information around resources. And then this is our contact information. So if ever you want to reach out to the team about a generic wellness question, request, whatever, then you can email us at employeewellness@fcps.edu. If you do have a question around the EAP in particular, then you can email Estella and I are the only two on that one. So EAP question at FCPS. And then if you have a question around lactation, that too will go to Estella and I. And that is lactation questions at FCPS. And then I got to update this slide because I haven't updated it for staff crisis. But if ever you do have a staff crisis support, you can email us at staff crisis support at fcps.edu. And that goes to Estella and I as well. And so we have 5,000 email boxes. If you get confused, just email us at Employee Wellness. We'll figure it out. It's only 4 of us checking it, y'all. It's okay. Because I know it's a lot. It's a lot of channels. But please reach out, okay? Please, if you ever need us for anything. I also say we are a team of 4, but I am always looking for feedback. So what that means is if ever you're like, hey, y'all, have you ever thought about offering this or bringing that or looking into this? Share that. Closed mouths don't get fed. Okay. So share that information and let us know. Like just reach out and be like, hey, like it would be really cool if we could start doing this or you offer that or look into this. Yes, I'm your advocate. Again, I'm the one from Benefits You Can Trust. I'm your advocate. So please share any of that information because we're always looking for new and innovative ways that we can engage with all of you all. But that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Grace Page. That was great overview of all of the amazing benefits that we have. We wanted to just kind of open the space for any questions or any feedback or comments from any of the members here today.
A question that I put in the chat was if this was available in multiple languages, and Estela did say that it is over 200 languages, so that's amazing. And is this available for school-based and central office?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Okay. Wow. I'm in
And Dr.
awe.
Is that slide deck available to us to share? Because it seems like all the things are linked there, or should we just refer to the Atlas?
So I can send it out if you like. Mr. Manuel, I can send it over to you if you want to send it out to your, and you can definitely have it. We don't gatekeep over here, so you can have it. But
Please, that'd be great. Yeah.
I always say also still, go to Atlas. But yes, I will share it with Manuel and yeah, you can share it out as you like. Use it to your liking.
Thank you so much.
My
We have a
pleasure.
question from Eric.
Yes, hi, Dr. Page. Thank you so much. It was wonderful. We were talking earlier about some of the issues that some of the very difficult experiences some of our school communities are experiencing with, things that are going on. And as a team, sometimes we share with one another's the effects of these things. I'm wondering, would somebody ever from your organization be able to come and speak with us, maybe in English or Spanish, just about things that we as members of the Hispanic Educators Alliance, deal with and how to uplift this very organization.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. So one of 2 ways. One, we can definitely, like I said, get a therapist if ever you want an actual licensed, credentialed therapist, a professional, to come on site and kind of just sit with your team and really just, offer up tools for the toolbox to just figure out how to work through some of the emotions that are very high right now, we can definitely request for that. And we can always put a request in for it to be a Spanish speaking therapist. So that's one side of it. And because I have Estella on this call, I'm about to, hey, Estella, I love you. Again, Estella is my all things expert when it comes to mental and emotional wellness. So Estella will also, a lot of times when we have on-site crisis support, Estella will be on site with the therapist there to also kind of listen in. Now we are quick to let people know. Estella's quick to let people know I am not a therapist. But she's really great at listening, and she's really great at being a part of kind of just the situation of everything that's going on, and then being able to again speak to the resources that are available through employee wellness. And so she will be on site a lot of times, kind of just as a buffer to the therapist. Sometimes what we'll find is people may not necessarily feel comfortable speaking with a therapist. And so it helps sometimes when Estella is there as a fellow FCPS family member to be like, hey, well, then you have me. Talk to me. I'm here. And it will never get into the realm of like therapy and offering therapeutic advice, but it will be in the realm of like, I'm here to listen because, I understand as an FCPS staff member living in this world, I understand. So a lot of times we will, like I said, we can either go the route of a professional or Estella, who is also professional. But we have a couple of different ways of being able to provide that service.
And we also do have a few of the therapists that are Spanish speaking, so that's very easy to get together if that's what's needed.
Thank you for your question and thank you for that information. Any other questions from the group here today? And I'll check the chat. One other question I had is I really connected with what you were saying as a mother of 3 kiddos. Sometimes you need it, you act as a therapist and then you're like, wait, I need help for this. So you can call on a therapist to kind of help support that. I think it can be similar as an educator when you have students who are needing additional support. Mm-hmm. Can you talk, I know that it might be a different way, but can you talk a little bit about that piece?
Around if students need support?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Estella works a lot hand in hand with student health services. Student health services through FCPS, they are basically the ones who manage over our school counselors, school psychologists. So a lot of times when there is a crisis in the school, again, if there's, let's say, a death of a student or a teacher, we will work congruently with student health services to make sure that, yes, our students, of course, through student health services is receiving care. And then that the staff is as well receiving care through us as employee wellness. So a lot of times we're there kind of just tag teaming. Of course, we ourselves don't provide care to the students because we only work for our staff. But whenever there is something, again, if it's something coming down the pipeline, a lot of times we may receive the information from student health and they're like, hey, we may think you need to provide services to the staff or vice versa. Estella may hear something and then it's like, hey, let me reach out to student health services. You guys may want to look into care for your students. This may be something that's going to affect them. So we work in conjunction heavily with student health services to make sure that across the board, our staff and our students, because we understand that the two are easily married, to make sure that it is care across the board. So we can kind of, if ever a situation arises, we can kind of help step in to pretty much make for that connection, right? If it's something where it's like, I don't know where to go, Estella does. Estella knows where to go.
Thank you so much, Dr. Grace Page. We really appreciate you being here today with us and sharing all that amazing information, all of the services that we have. Thank you. We're gonna continue.
Yes, we're going to continue, and Dr. Grace and Stella, Dr. Page, I'm sorry. This is a beautiful relationship because I can already see you coming back to various events that we're having. I think it's wonderful. I'm amazed of the many resources. So thank you so much for taking time tonight to come and share this beautiful wealth of information that you have of resources. And I'm already typing here. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. So you're going to hear back from us. But thank you so much. And all right. So now we're going to move on to our next portion. which is the election of the board of the officers. So Teddy, please take it away.
So now, as Manny just mentioned, it is time to vote for our new officers for both organizations, HEA and HLA, for the upcoming school year, 2026-2027. As Manny mentioned, HLA and HEA are two distinct yet parallel sister organizations. And I just want to highlight that Hispanic Educators Association, HEA, is the FCPS-based organization, and its constitution requires that the officers you see listed above are included, except for a treasurer, because HEA does not have a treasurer, and therefore does not have a treasurer. The nonprofit organization, our community-based organization, that's a sister organization with HEA, is HLA, the Hispanic Leadership Alliance. And that, as Manny mentioned, is the organization that funds our scholarships. And as such, has a treasury and a treasurer. So the Constitution requires that. But the Constitution does not require a historian for that organization. So the president, the presidents-elect, the vice presidents, and the secretary will serve in both organizations. The treasurer will only serve in the HLA organization, and the historian only serves in the HEA organization. So currently, we have the slate of candidates that you see before you. Our current president is Manny Gomez Portillo. Our candidates to be co-president-elect, and they would serve together, are Marta Paz Espinosa and Daviana Greenberg Kai. Our vice presidential candidate is Stephanie Lemos Ortiz. Our secretary candidate is Mariela de Kreker. Our co-treasurers for the HLA organization candidates are Eric Manuel Giblin and James Cruz, and they also would serve together as co-treasurers for HLA, and the historian for the HEA organization is myself, Teddy Praderas, as a candidate. So at this time, are there any other candidates that other members of the organization would like to nominate at this time? These are the current candidates that have been nominated. You may nominate yourself, but you have to agree to serve if elected. And also, if you nominate someone else, you have to have already checked with them to see if they would serve if elected. Okay. So at this time in the chat, if anyone would like to nominate anyone in addition to these candidates, please do so now. We'll give you a few moments to do that. And I want to give sufficient wait time here. Okay, I'm not seeing any other candidates. So we can vote on this entire slate of candidates as one. So if you would like to vote for this slate of candidates as designated, please give the thumbs up sign. And if not, please use the thumbs down sign. Seeing all thumbs up. Okay, so it looks unanimous for those who have voted that this slate of candidates is confirmed. So this will be our slate of new officers for the 2026-2027 school year. So congratulations, new officers. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, and I look forward to working with all of you for the next year while Fabiana and Marta get ready to be president in a year. So thank you all. Congratulations. Celebration, celebration. It's exciting for both organizations. All right. Stephanie, go for it.
Yes. So, hopefully you guys have been able to grasp the distinction between HEA and HLA. Primarily the biggest takeaway is that membership comprises of paying dues, which is $30. So, or you could donate, and 100% of the funds do go towards our scholarships that Manny mentioned earlier. That's about 30 students in the county. We're looking forward to having our annual banquet in which we celebrate our students and their accomplishments. So I am going to drop or never mind, Manny dropped the link already, one step ahead. So if you want to bookmark or come back to it later, feel free to reach out and we're happy to provide you with that link as well.
Thank you. Thank you. And definitely, it's a important way to keep uplifting our community, our students, and to make sure that we are providing resources that helps, with their future, their careers, whether it be college, trades, et cetera, or members of our community that are advancing their careers. So please feel free to, sign up, donate, and share with others. Together, we can do a lot of things for our community. All right, so we're getting towards the end of our time tonight, and Micheline, I was going to end the night for us. So go for it, Micheline.
Well, I just wanted to, first of all, congratulate the new board. Congratulations. This is very, very exciting. I also want to thank our presenters tonight, Dr. Grace Page. I think you filled us with joy because of your energy and all the wonderful things that you shared. I mean, it was just like, I want to hear this woman more. Just talk some more. It was great. And also Stella Martinez, the wellness specialist from the Office of HR, Office of Benefits. I didn't know a lot of the stuff that you shared, and I'm going to go back and research some more. I think it's great. I want to thank you to the exiting board and to the new coming board. A special thanks to Manuel Gomez Portillo for enlightening us and inspiring us and being such a great leader. And who else am I forgetting? I don't know. I think
Yourself, Micheline.
oh, myself.
You
Okay.
for your service.
Thank you for me. And also and I also want to remind you, executive board members, of course, and everyone else that joined us tonight. I think this is a very exciting time to be in HEA-HLA. Lots of things are happening, and I hope you can all join us, become members, and join us on May 4th for our wonderful banquet where you will be inspired and moved. I can assure you of that. So thank you.
Absolutely. And if you want to help get ready for the banquet as well, reach out to us. And we're always looking for volunteers to help plan the event. But definitely bookmark. There will be more information in our next newsletter on the scholarships and the banquet. So, like Micheline said, please join us. It's a very important event for our community. And Micheline, before you go, I do want to thank you and Diego for serving on our board as treasurer and as vice president for I think, 4 years, 3 years we've served together. So just thank you for your leadership. And I know we're going to continue serving more in other capacities. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Manuel. And I just wanted to do one more a little shout out or just to keep it in your mind. On April 9th, we will do a social, HLA is doing a social gathering at Willow Oaks. More information to come. We'll send an invite. And we're doing an art auction, an art silent auction. We've gotten a lot of art donations. And so there'll be beautiful things that you can all buy and help with, and hopefully we'll be able to fundraise enough to give another scholarship to someone. So April 9th.
More information coming for that.
Yes.
And so we hope to see everybody over there bidding, fighting over the beautiful items that we're going to be auctioning.
Yeah, there's some really nice pieces.
And all right. And
take
we
care.
Come to the end. Look at that, 7:30. Can you look at that? We're good at timing, aren't we? But thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope to see you at our future events. Please share. This recording will be shared through a newsletter in the future, so please share that with other colleagues. But we do thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful